Hi everyone, welcome. My name is Marda. I hope that you are having an amazing holiday, and this practice that I'm going to share with you today is an all levels vinyasa, and I'll give you levels. Level 1 is the most accessible, and then we'll build up from there. So take the appropriate level. And today's class was written around the book by Shel Silverstein called The Giving Tree. And I'm going to weave that throughout the class, and hopefully you'll find some inspiration this holiday season. The story is about the beauty of giving and the depth of non-attachment and finding joy in different stages of our lives. As we move through our practice, let's reflect on the selfless love and the lessons of generosity and gratitude that this timeless story teaches us. All right, so I'm going to have you guys start in a supine position, so any position on your back. If you have a couple of blocks, grab those, and I'll meet you in just a moment. So in Shavasana, starting our practice, take a couple of breaths, and then I'll have you extend your hands behind you, flex your toes up towards your nose, and then walk your feet to the right. You can cross your left leg over your right and cactus the arms out. So you're in this banana shape. Lengthening the sides of your body. On an inhale, come back to center. One more extension, and then we'll do the other side. So walk your feet to the left, cross your right leg over your left, and cactus the arms, finding that arc in the right side body. Coming back, extend one more time, reaching behind you, flexing your toes, and then bringing your knees into your chest. You can roll around on your lower back and roll out your ankles. Hug the knees into the chest and extend your left leg straight up. You can hold onto your calf to find a little length in the hamstring. Then lower the left leg all the way down. Hug the right thigh bone on the outside of the ribs. Big squeeze on the inhale. And as you exhale, use your left hand to draw your right knee up and over. And cactus the right arm out. And you can gaze towards the right. The act of giving in its purest form is a profound source of happiness. As we warm up our bodies, I encourage mindfulness and the giving spirit of happiness and how giving can be a source of joy. Coming back to Apanasana, knees into the chest. You can roll, point and flex the toes. And then we'll set the other side. Setting up the other side, extend the right leg towards the sky and grab the back of the calf to find length in the hamstring. And then lower that leg all the way down. Bring your left thigh bone on the outside of your ribs. Flex your feet, hug in on the inhale, and then use your right hand to draw the leg up and over. Cactusing the left arm. And just notice how this side feels different than the other. Breathe along that sensation line. Once again, bring both knees into your chest and then extend your legs up your imaginary wall. Rock back and forth all the way to plow if you feel so inclined. Eventually, find your way into a tabletop position for Chakrabakasana. So I like to bring my knees together and my hands a little bit wider than the mat, and also tuck the toes and release my neck. Chakrabakasana is rolling around in sort of a circle, finding some length in the hips and the side body. Our story starts with a young boy, and a healthy, vibrant tree exemplifying childhood joy. The quote from the book, "And the boy would climb up her trunk and swing from her branches and eat her apples. And the tree was happy." reflecting on the pleasure found in simple activities and how we might reconnect with the pure joy and simplicity of our youth in our adult lives. Do some cats and cows, inhaling as you open the heart, exhaling as you tuck and round, finding length in the spine. Extend one of your arms forward. Let's do the right arm first, left leg back. Cactus the arm and bring the left knee to the shoulder. Inhale to lengthen, exhale. Extend the leg back and bring your right hand down. We're going to come into cow face. Bring the left knee behind the right. Fan out the feet. Walk the hands back. Now, if you can't sit between the heels, please use a block. Inhale the arms up. Right arm down. Left arm up and over. Inhale, reach the sky. Left arm down. Right arm up and over. Inhale, lengthen up and hinge forward. So again, just be nice to your knees. If you need to use a block under your hips, do so. Coming back up to tabletop, we'll do the cactus variation, spinal alignment. Left arm forward, right leg back. Inhale, cactus the arm, knee to shoulder. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale. One more. Inhale, lengthening. Exhale. Bring the left hand down, the right leg back, christ the right knee over the left. Fan out the feet and sit between the heels or on a block. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, left arm down, right arm up and over. Inhale up. Exhale, right arm down, left arm up and over. Inhale up. Reach the hands in front of you and fold. Come up to tabletop. Bring your right foot on the outside of your right pinky toe so your knee is behind your ankle. And then rock back and forth, roll around the hip, get a little space there. And then we're going to come into lizard pose. And come onto your forearms or use blocks under your hands. I always like to rock from right to left and then find a little more space in the right hip before holding this posture. Coming back up to your arms, keep your left arm under your shoulder and your right hand on the inner thigh as you initiate a twist. You can stay there or extend the right arm back, grabbing the pinky side of your left foot, pulling towards you as you roll open through the shoulder. Gently release. Coming back to tabletop, we'll set up the left side. So big step on the outside of the left pinky. Rock back and forth, bend and straighten the legs, circle around the hip, and then come into lizard pose on this side. Again, rocking from left to right hip to find more space in the left hip, and then hold that posture. Come up to your hands again, left hand on the inner thigh as you initiate the twist. And then again, maybe reach the back wall. Grab or reach for the pinky side of your right foot and twist. Keep the length in the spine. Releasing back to tabletop. And we're going to work our wrists and our toes. So tuck your toes under, flip your fingertips towards you, rock back and forth or circle around. And then holding the weight towards the hip. Come into the fingers by bending your elbows. So anything you want to do here to warm up your wrists, your fingers, and your toes. So right now I'm sitting on my heels, just give my toes a stretch. And adjusting my tights. All right. So get a little bit on the tops of your hands. Our next asana is going to be downward facing dog. So I always like to do this little routine. And you want to have that L shape in the thumb and index finger and pedal it out. Find an extension through your spine and lengthen. Walk your hands back to your feet. We're going to set up ragdoll. So maybe start with your hands on the floor and just moving the hips from side to side, letting gravity find a little space along the spine. You can grab opposite elbows, sway side to side, relaxing your eyes, relaxing your jaw. Then interlace the hands behind you, squeezing the shoulder blades. Inhale to rise up. Exhale, hinge, bend the knees, and come back to the fold. One more time. Bend the knees, come all the way up. Inhale to open your heart. Exhale to hinge and fold. Release the hands, and then come out to a plank position and lower all the way down to your belly. Your choice on cobras here. So I'm doing the hands down version with my toes down. Inhale as you lift your heart. Exhale as you lower down. Inhale to lift. Exhale to lower. One more time. Inhale to lift. Articulate the spine. Maybe roll out the neck and lower down. High plank. You can stay on your knees here. Level 1, level 2. Lift your kneecaps and come on up to downward facing dog. Inhale and exhale. Step to the top of your space. Bring your fingertips to your shins. Inhale to elongate your spine. Exhale to fold. Inhale, come up to mountain pose. Exhale to open your heart. Inhale, mountain. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Plant your hands, step back to high plank on the knees or on the toes. Chaturanga, or all the way down to the mat. Cobra, which is thigh bones down, or up dog, thigh bones lifted. From downward facing dog, inhale the right leg high, bend that knee and open the hip. Option here is to come onto the forearm of the left arm and really find that space in the right side body. Then come back up, knee to nose, step it through to low lunge. Drop the back heel, inhale, warrior 2. Inhale, reach forward, exhale, elbow to thigh or the floor, extended side angle. Swim the left arm up over the ear line, plant it, pivot onto your back left toes. Inhale, right arm high, twisted low lunge. Stay here or move into fallen lizard. You're on the knife edge of both feet, cactus the arm. And then coming up and around into wide leg forward fold. So you're going to bring your feet parallel. You can do anything you want here. Grab opposite elbows or maybe walk the hands underneath. So a quote from the book. And a quote from the book, "The boy grew older, and the tree was often alone." Here, come into Skandasana, walking the hands side to side. Reflecting on this, that as we age, our visits to our tree, our source of comfort and joy, may become less frequent. This passage is a gentle reminder of the changes and the distances that time brings in relationships. So moving from side to side through your Skandasana, finding twists if that's interesting. And then we'll meet back to our fold. Bringing your hand to your right calf. Lift the left arm up and over the ear line. Then drop the left shoulder, swing to the other side. Left hand on your calf, right arm up and over. Drop your shoulder, swing to the other side. Drop your shoulder, swing to the other side. And then we'll meet back in Prasarita here, back in that wide leg forward fold with the hands under the shoulders. Lift your heart on the inhale. Walk to the front, back into your low lunge. And we're going to set up pyramid pose. So straightening both legs. Your back foot can be about a 45-degree angle. And use your blocks under your hands here. We're trying to get the lower back, the sacrum, nice and flat. So you'll be drawing your right hip point back slightly to achieve that. Coming back into your low lunge, bring your right knee to your nose. We're going to hug that in. We're going to come into fallen triangle here. So drop your left heel, right hand's under your shoulder, left leg is threaded through. Then bring your left hand down, press your chest towards your thigh bone. So it's like down dog meets fallen triangle. Then come forward to more of a plank. Set your right hip down, pull your heart forward. And then shifting back to plank, Vinyasa, Chaturanga, up dog, or whatever variation of Vinyasa you're doing. So let's set up the other side. Inhale the left leg high. Bend that knee, open your hip. Come onto the right forearm if you did so on the other side. Press it back up, left leg high, knee to nose. Step it through to low lunge. Drop your right heel, warrior two. Inhale, reaching forward. Exhale, extended side angle. Again, hand to elbow or elbow to thigh or the floor. Swimming the right arm over the ear line, plant the hand, pivot, and inhale the left arm high. Staying here or moving into fallen lizard, onto the knife edges, both feet, cactus the left arm, open the left side of your heart. And you're going to come up and around into wide leg fold. I'm going to spin it around. So forward or Prasarita fold again. You can grab the outsides of the feet or the big toe to find a little bit more intensity here. And we'll do the side bends again. So bringing the right hand to your calf, up and over, swing it around. Just finding length in the side body. A lot of twisting in this practice today. Eventually coming back to center, walking your hands out. So picture down dog with a really wide stance. You're going to press your chest through the gateway of your shoulders, lengthening. And then go ahead and walk the hands under your shoulders and walk it around so the left knee is lifted, and we'll come into our pyramid pose. So the back foot's at a 45-degree angle. This time you're going to pull the left hip back, the right hip forward, and hinging from the left hip crease. Try to keep breathing nice and smooth and deep. Step it back to low lunge, knee to nose, fallen triangle. Holding the position of the legs, drop the right leg and press the chest to the thigh bones. Coming forward to plank shape in the upper body, pull your heart forward. Back to plank, Vinyasa, Chaturanga, or all the way down, up dog or cobra, downward facing dog. From here, we're going to go ahead and come up to standing position. So I'm going to face towards you. We're going to come into Vrksasana, of course, tree pose. Root down through your right foot, bring your left toe down, and then bring it up either to the calf or lift it up through your shin to the inner thigh. It's an isometric push. Making sure your hips are square, and you can bring your hands to your heart or grow your branches. And as the story goes, the tree offers more. Quote, and the tree said, "You may cut off my branches and build a house. Then you will be happy." The reflecting the tree's willingness to give parts of itself, is a powerful metaphor for selflessness and sacrifice. In love, it prompts us to consider the extent of our giving in relationships and its impact on our well-being. Let's set up the other side. So rooting down through the left foot. Just do whatever you did on the other side as far as where the foot is located. making sure the hips are square, and then finding your final tree, hands to heart, or growing your branches. Rooting down, finding stability here, finding your roots. Embracing any wobbles that happen. Coming out of it the way you came into it. Shake it out, and then we'll meet again at the top of the mat. We're going to move into our sun bee pose, or sun bee flow. So go through a vinyasa, mountain, fold forward. Inhale to halfway lift. Exhale, planting the hands, stepping back or floating your vinyasa, chaturanga, or all the way down, up dog to downward facing dog. Inhaling the right leg high. Step forward to low lunge and then lift off into a standing split. Fold over your right leg, dialing the left pinky toe down. Inhale here. Exhale, cross your leg, tap your right wrist. Inhale, standing split, tap your left. Inhale, one more time, right wrist. Inhale, standing split, left wrist. Inhale, standing split to Shiva, bringing the left knee behind. You can either bring the toes down or let them hover. Bring your arms to warrior three and then lift off to warrior three. This is a difficult transition. Step it back to warrior two. From warrior two, close your hands to front and then inhale up. Exhale to warrior two. Inhale here. Exhale to close the hands to the front. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale. Exhale. This time pivot onto your back toes into crescent lunge. And then open arm twist to the right. Dropping the right arm, swim the arms around. Warrior, reverse warrior. On your exhale, windmill down and go through your vinyasa. Coming into warrior two. Now hold this for a few breaths here. So the boys in need of change. As boys grow, they need change. Quote, and so the boy cuts down her trunk and made a boat and sailed away. So the offering of the tree is making to the boy is quite extensive, and reflecting that life's journey often takes us away from our sources of comfort. This poignant moment asks us to reflect on what we seek from the world and the consequences of our desires. Inhaling your left leg high, knee to nose, and then step it through, coming up to standing split. Inhale. As you exhale, cross the leg, tap your left wrist. Inhale, standing splits, tap your right. Inhale, tap your left. Inhale, tap your right. Coming back to standing splits. Now cross the knees into Shiva squat. Your toe can be down. Warrior three arms, warrior three. Step it back. Set your feet in warrior two. Inhale. And as you exhale, close the hands, twisting to the front. Inhale, arms go up. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale here. Exhale, close the hands. Inhale, arms go up. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale here. Exhale, this time pivot onto the toes, crescent lunge. Inhale. Exhale, open arm twist. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, vinyasa down. Go through your vinyasa into downward facing dog. Coming back up, inhale to down dog. Right leg high. Step it through to low lunge into standing splits. Inhale, tap the wrist just once this time. Tap the left wrist. Inhale, standing splits, Shiva, warrior three arms. Warrior 3. Find that stability. Step it back. Inhale, Warrior 2. Exhale, close the hands. Arms go up, pivot. Exhale, twist. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, Vinyasa. Come all the way through to your downward facing dog, and we'll flow through the other side. Inhale, the left leg high, all the way through low lunge, and then step it forward, folding into standing splits. Inhale, tap the cross leg wrist, then tap the right wrist. Inhale, standing split. Exhale, Shiva. Warrior 3 arms, Warrior 3. Inhale, Warrior 2. Exhale, close the arms. Inhale, arms up, pivot, and twist. Inhale, reverse warrior, and Vinyasa. Coming all the way through to downward facing dog. Inhale your right leg high. Exhale, knee to nose. This time we're going to come into either side plank or coming into tree, Virgasana in that plank position. The option here is to reach the right leg around into low lunge or find your way to low lunge. Again into standing split. And this time Shiva squat. Keep your right hand down, your left hand down. Lift your right arm, lift your left leg. So you're in a twisted standing split. Back to Shiva. Now the right arm down, left arm high, half moon. Float it back to your warrior 2. Inhale. As you exhale, close the arms. Inhale, pivot. We're coming into blessed warrior. Right hand can wrap around or find your left thigh. High five the back wall with your left arm and then gaze over the right. The tree's sacrifices were made to make the boy happy. Quote, and the tree was happy, but not really. Step through and come through your vinyasa to set up the other side. So we're going to come into tree plank here. Lift the left leg high and then pivot into that side plank. You can use your hand to bring your foot to the inner thigh. Left arm high. If this isn't working, just stay in plank. Bring it around, step it through, find your way to low lunge and to standing splits. Inhale, Shiva squat. Right hand down, left hand high. Back to Shiva. Left hand stays down, right hand high. Ardha Chandrasana, half moon. Step it back. Warrior 2, inhale. Exhale, close the arm. Inhale, pivot. Moving into blessed warrior. Wrap your hand, or the hand can find the thigh. High five the back wall and gaze over the left arm. So the reflection here is the bittersweet element of the tree's giving nature. Go through your vinyasa here. It challenges us to think about the complete complexity of happiness, especially when it's tied to the happiness of others. All right, we're going to do our tree plank or plank, maybe just plank. You can bring your foot to the inner thigh for tree. From plank or tree plank, come all the way around to low lunge, standing split. Inhale. Exhale, Shiva squat. Keeping your left hand down, lift the right arm and then the left leg. Shiva. Now keep the right arm down, left arm high, half moon. Step it back, warrior 2, inhale. Close the hands, pivot, crescent lunge to blessed warrior. Hand or around the waist or to the thigh. High five the back wall and maybe gaze towards the right. Inhale. High plank, chaturanga, up dog, to downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg high, coming into tree or side plank tree on this side. Left arm towards the sky. Bring it around to low lunge, standing split. Shiva. Keep your right arm down, left hand high, right leg high. Left hand Shiva squat, left hand down, right hand high, half moon. Inhale to warrior two. Exhale, close the hands, pivot, crescent lunge, blessed warrior. Hand wraps or to the thigh. Inhale. And then exhale, Vinyasa. Up dog to downward facing dog. Go ahead and come to your knees, press it back into child's pose. Maybe create a reverse Namaste by bringing the palms together, bringing the thumbs to the base of your neck. Finding your way back to downward facing dog. Inhale the right leg high. Standing split into a little press up handstand just for fun. Maybe you'll get a little bit of float time. And remember, it's the standing leg that does most of the work. And do the other side. Left leg high, low lunge, setting up that standing split. Find a little float time. Maybe grab a wall. All right, from here, we're going to do a little bit of core. Grab a block. If you don't have a block, you don't need one. But the block adds that little extra element. So we're going to take and replace the block, replacing it to the just between the calves. We're going to inhale, lengthen, exhale, replace, back and forth, keeping your lower back down. Yeah, so if you bring your legs down too much, you're going to find an arch in your lower back, and we don't want to have that. So just make sure you're breathing through your mouth. Take and replace the block, or just extending, lengthening. 5 more. 4, 3, 2, and last one. All right, bring your knees into your chest. We're going to keep the block between the calves and come on up to a seat, and we're going to set up boat. So again, the block is going to be between the calves. Sit on the sit bones. Grab beneath your knees. Pull your heart forward. So you want to make sure you're not sitting on the lower back. Then lift the feet. And level 1, keep the hands on the thighs. Level 2, you're going to inhale as you reach forward, bending the knees. Exhale, hands to heart. So it's low to high boat. Make sure you're breathing through your mouth. Hugging that block so you're not dropping it. Inhale as you reach, bend the knees. Exhale, low boat. Keep going. All right, relax. Now come onto your back. We're going to use the block again. Again, if you don't have it, you don't need it. But reverse crunches. Hands down, thumbs in. Inhale down, exhale to lift the hips. We'll do 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, come up to a seat. Place the block one more time. Sit up nice and tall. Actually, we're going to bring the block into our hands and twist side to side. Just get a little bit of oblique work. You got to do the core during the holidays, I'm just saying. So back and forth. Awesome. Set the block to the side and come on into downward facing dog. Just a few finishing poses here. We'll bring the right leg high. We're going to come to half pigeon. Right knee to your right wrist, making any adjustments of the angle of the right shin. Squaring up the hips to the front. A little heart opener before you fold into your sleeping pigeon. Coming back up to your hands, we're going to move into a Wheel of Life pose. So bring your front shin parallel to the top of the mat and flex your foot. Bring your left knee to tap your heel and then sit up nice and tall. Your left hand will find some leverage with your right thigh and then start to twist. So this little leverage and lift, you can stay right there or you can come onto your forearms like I am. Try to breathe. It's really hard to breathe when you're twisting this intensely. And coming back around to down dog to do the other side. And inhaling the left leg high, left knee, left wrist, making your adjustments for the left shin. The angle just depends on your hips and your knees. Inhale with a little length, and then come into your sleeping pigeon. Let's come up again to the hands, set up Wheel of Life on this side, left shin parallel to the top of the mat, right knee to left heel. Lift up nice and tall, right hand grab onto the left thigh to find a little leverage, and then either stay there or walk it around onto the elbows, one or both elbows. Coming back around, let's come into a straddle fold, tilting your tailbone forward. You can always put something under your hips to help that pelvic tilt. We're going to fold into your straddle fold. I find that flexing my toes and keeping my knees just a tad bent helps them feel better. Come on up, inhale the arms up. Bring your right elbow onto the inner right thigh, left fingertips behind your ear, spin your ribs towards the sky, and then reach over. You don't have to grab your toes, but just finding this beautiful side bend. And let's set up the other side. Left elbow into the inner thigh, right arm to the ear, or fingertips to the ear as you spin the ribs towards the sky. So we're trying to keep this in the side body rather than dropping into the shoulder. Come on up, swing it around onto your back. Bringing your knees kind of windshield wiper side to side. And eventually we'll bring our knees into our chest and send them straight up your imaginary wall. And then moving into dead bugs. You're going to bend the knees, grab the insides of your feet, thigh bones on the outside of your rib cage, and rock from side to side. Finding your way into your final Shavasana, your final posture, just for a few moments. Our story concludes with the boy, now an old man. Quote, "I don't need much now," said the boy. "Just a quiet place to sit and rest. I am very tired." Reflecting that in our later years, our needs often return to the simple comforts. This part of the story encourages us to appreciate the value of peace and to rest in life's later stages. And the tree was happy. The story comes full circle, with the tree finding happiness, being there for the boy, no matter how small the offering. This echoes the theme of finding contentment and purpose in giving and loving unconditionally. Finding your way to a seat. Thank you all so much for sharing in this practice with me today. I'm truly grateful. Bringing your thumbs to your third eye. Be strong, be kind, and be brave. Namaste.